From the New York Times. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with a heavy heart that I report the White House did not celebrate Juneteenth.
I still had a blessed Juneteenth.
Me too. Me too. Blessed Juneteenth. I can't believe it. What has this country come to? Now, hopefully that faux anger at Trump will get enough liberals to watch the rest of this, because Juneteenth doesn't need to be celebrated at the White House. But it's more than that. Trump says get rid of it. So Trump truthed. I love that. Too many non-working holidays in America. It is costing our country billions of dollars to keep all these businesses closed. The workers don't want it either. Soon we'll end up having a holiday for every once working day of the year. It must change if we're going to make America great again. In other words, he's saying ban Juneteenth.
Yes.
Or stop recognizing it. But if you're wondering why you couldn't go to the bank or the post office today, it's because we're celebrating Juneteenth.
Yeah.
I didn't notice that.
The top trend on Google is, quote, what is Juneteenth? And here's what I really love about it. There's this Newsweek article. Kroger responds after Georgia Juneteenth cakes go viral. So, like, how do I get this stupid
That
TikTok?
cake looks terrible.
Here you go. Where's the audio?
Bullshit. Who the hell
Okay, TikTok, you're
made
terrible.
this ugly ass
June 19th free.
shit?
Okay.
I wish it was a manager here, because y'all decorate everything else around here cute.
Like what?
Everything else around here cute. But for Juneteenth, you want to just throw something on a freaking cookie cake and expect someone to buy it?
Yes.
That's bullshit.
Look, it's free at
It
last.
says free. You can take it for free.
No, what the fuck free at last? Like,
Free.
really? Who the fuck finna buy this?
That means you don't have to pay for it. Just take it.
Congratulations.
I'm gonna be in here bright early.
One of them just said congratulations.
This is what Abraham Lincoln envisioned.
Exactly what he envisioned.
Beautiful.
Oh, man, that's amazing.
Everything I've learned
Celebrate
about
freedom.
Juneteenth has been against my will. I will say that.
I'm pro Juneteenth. I'm seeing a bunch of people being like tweeting like, no, it's bad. And I was like, we're celebrating. I mean, if we want to be very serious, it's the Union's victory. It's the end of slavery. We can be like, yeah, sure, why not? But guys, today is the day that we commemorate the sacrifices of the Republican Party, how hundreds of thousands of good Republican men died to stop the evil racist Democrats. Did you know that even after the Civil War ended, Democrats still had slaves?
Unbelievable.
That's Juneteenth commemorates the day Union soldiers went to Texas and found a couple of Democrats that kept slaves after it was already abolished. So it's a holiday where we're like, the Republicans got rid of Democrat slaves.
Yeah, I think the cake story is actually illustrative of part of the problem that some people have with the holiday, which is that there's something cynical about the elevation of it during the Biden presidency.
Yeah.
I think it was the first federal holiday added since MLK Day, and somebody can check that. But it's a part of a more consistent pattern of basically Democratic leaders who have this beholden faction here in America, and rather than doing anything meaningful for the Black community in America, throwing them sort of a vague holiday once in a while, right? And so I think, and just like the cakes, right? It's there's a critique of it that it lacks substance, and I think that that's a part of the story here.
I'll say this with all seriousness: the reason why there's a backlash is that it's a fake holiday, and I'll say it again: it's a fake holiday. Now I know that there are people who are going to get mad and they're going to say the Black community celebrates Juneteenth, and that's fine if they do. The point is, when you enshrine a federal holiday for a country that doesn't know what it is, it's not a real holiday in the sense that there's a cultural tradition where a nation comes together entirely as a nation to say, today is a day where we will celebrate something. So, as Trump pointed out, if we were to find every minority faction's sacred moments, you'd have a holiday every single day. And so the idea that the Biden administration is going to say a tenth of the population, literally 13% of the population, not even 13, it's probably less because not every Black person celebrates Juneteenth. They're going to say there's a minority population that celebrates a holiday no one in this country has ever heard of, and we're going to elevate it. The reason why Kroger just put free on a cookie is because they don't know what it is. Yeah. What's the color scheme of Juneteenth?
There's a flag, didn't we hear? Is there not?
I like the idea that it was actually a Black employee that decorated the cookie cakes and doesn't know what Juneteenth is.
Well, the Juneteenth flag is like, what is it, green, black, and red.
Pull it up.
Something like
It's
that.
the Pan-African colors,
Yeah,
but it's on the
yeah.
American flag, and that's also like kind of the that's kind of the nasty thing about.
Oh no, it's red, white, and blue.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh. The nasty thing about Juneteenth, I think why it leaves a bad taste in a lot of people's mouth is because it kind of came at the same time when the NFL started doing the Black national anthem. And it really felt like there was a secondary Independence Day. And I remember speaking to a lot of my black friends, and they're like, we already have, and like, this is for everyone, Independence Day. So adding a secondary Independence Day felt a bit redundant.
Do we have Thanksgiving flags?
No.
I want to make one. I want to put a turkey on a flag.
That'd be nice.
It's simple.
Yeah,
It's
there
simple.
you go. But I'm just like, why is there a Juneteenth flag? I mean, do we have other
No.
flags for holidays?
No. No, we don't.
There's no Christmas flag. I haven't seen
Really?
one.
There's no Christmas
Is
flag.
there?
There's no Thanksgiving flag.
I mean, Christmas
What about Halloween?
arguably
Christmas
say
predates
that
flags,
Oh,
I
wait,
guess,
wait,
or in
wait.
some cases.
Hot Topic could make Halloween flags. They could put Jack Skellington on it.
They could. But I mean,
Jack Skellington is actually black. You just don't know because he doesn't have skin.
It could just be the Canadian flag. That's scary.
arguably the the July 4th is the American flag, but other than that, no, there are no.
St. Patrick's Day. They get the Irish flag.
That's just beer, though.
It should be a federal holiday. I need that day off.
To what you were saying, Nathan, I don't think that black Americans care about meaningful policy change that actually helps them. They just want money. That's 77% of them, I just checked, that support reparations. They just want money and probably also holidays and lip service.
Yeah, I mean,
Trump did so much to try to pander with the platinum plan, and they don't care.
Pardon Kodak Black.
Pardoning Kodak Black.
I mean, obviously, in a democratic electoral system, all factions are looking to basically solve for what's in their interest, and what's in their interest will sort of vary from faction to faction. And I think there is some truth to the fact that I don't know how many people were demanding for this holiday from that faction. I don't know. Yeah.
I'm just saying the vast majority of black Americans, they just want cash. They just want free money for being black.
Well,
That's literally, I just checked, 77% of them, they just want cash in the mail because
reparations?
they're black. Yes.
But I would preface that with, you offer anybody free money, why would they turn it down? You know what I mean? So when the Democrats are coming out and being like, oh, we have to give reparations, I mean, black people are going to be like, okay, give me money. What? Like, if you're going to come out and you're going to say it, why not?
I mean, would you accept reparations for, I don't even...
For my Japanese ancestors
for your
being interned in this
Japanese
country?
Ancestors, yeah. Wouldn't you feel a
wouldn't-
little bit like it was dirty money that didn't really belong
No.
to you?
Maybe.
It's being stolen from taxpayers who earned it with their work.
I probably wouldn't spend it. Like right now, if a check, I wouldn't advocate for it. Right if a check came in the mail, I probably wouldn't even notice, and I just ignore it.
And would there be a holiday for that, like the sushi cake or something?
Yeah, I'm just saying, you know,
Well, to be fair-
if that were a real policy plan,
They did pay reparations to Japanese Americans, so.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Hey, my
internment camps?
my plan was to seize all the federal land from the Bureau of Land Management and use that to give the land to the black Americans who were owed it. Does anybody disagree? Why should the federal government control like 40% of the land of this country under federal regulation? And you know, this came up with the Bundy Ranch scenario where they were ranching for generations, and the federal government came in and said, we hereby declare the land belongs to the federal government. And then it led to the standoff. I'm like, all that land is just owned by the federal government. The people can't have it. They just laid claim to it. You can't buy. There we go.
There's an argument in the or going on about the big beautiful bill and some publicly owned lands going private and doing developments, and there's some people that are really upset about that.
Well, I mean, the concern is like it's not going to go to just private ranchers. It's going to go to BlackRock and
Well, yeah, of course,
Bill Gates, et cetera, et cetera. So it's like, yeah, it sounds nice to privatize this land, but it's not going to go to people that are actually going to use it.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Oh, someone pointed out that the original Juneteenth flag was the black nationalist flag.
oh, that's good. That's nice.
I will say too, I grew up in Memphis, and if you know anything about Memphis, it's a very black city. Never heard of Juneteenth in my entire life until like 4 years ago.
It all started like 4 years ago.
Yeah.
4 or 5 years ago. Now, like 2020 was like when all Like things started getting weird in 2012, and then 2020 things just went bonkers.
I would suspect
No,
the
real quick correction. That's not correct. The original flag is this one from '97, but people do have a. It's yellow, red. What is this? Let me open a picture of it. They're currently now selling this on Amazon, and that's like Pan African colors or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Change the yellow to white. You can have the Palestinian flag,
I don't think.
which is also the colors of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse.
What do you know?
go figure.
Yeah. Did you know that, Mary?
No.
Yeah. Well, what is it? Red, green, black, and white.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Those are the colors of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird.
What, that there's colors?
No, it's those colors, and it's the same colors of the Palestinian flag. It's just weird.
You know.
Yeah, in the Middle East, they all cheat on each other's homework. They all have the same flag. They just throw a little seal on it to change it up so the teacher doesn't notice.
Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.